Today, I'm about to talk to you guys about having faith in your purpose. Let's get into it. I was working security when I first started Tay Talks, and this lady came up to me. Shout out to Miss Cheryl. She was like, God told me to put you on my podcast. So I was like, okay. We go on there on Saturdays. You better be there. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna be there, girl. End up not going. Now Monday morning, she get on us. Where was you at? I was like, hey. I forgot. I was nervous. I didn't come. She was like, okay, next month on Saturday, you need to be there. That's the first time I truly would say God walked into the doorstep. Like, he always been in my life. It's always been instilled in me by my great grandparents. But I believe that was the first time God was showing me something. Before I went into the meeting with them, I seen this guy passing out flyers and stuff. So when he came up to me, he was about to give me a flyer and see me, and he was like, oh, I already spoke to you. You said you ain't want one. Excuse me. So I'm kind of like offended, because I'm like, you ain't say nothing to me. So I'm just like, it's all right. Let me just get to where I'm going. After the podcast with the ladies, I was downstairs waiting for my ride. I end up seeing the man. So something literally whispered to me, ask him what he was passing out earlier. All right. Hey, I remember you from earlier. You said you spoke to me, but we didn't speak to each other. What was you passing out flyers for? Yeah, on the second floor, there's an event going on hosted by this podcast. What are you here for? I was like, I was just on a podcast. And he was like, oh, okay, you're trying to do podcasting? And I was like, sure, yeah. So took me to that event and introduced me to DMST. And we end up linking up, and a Big Dev gave me a chance, and Real Spit was born. It was right there where I was just like, if I never really told him what I was there for, my purpose, it would never revealed and never would have came to be a Real Spit. The night I was going on to kind of pretty much introduce the project, Real Spit, I ended up getting a call from my manager telling me basically my contract has ended at the one place I was working at. And then on top of that, I lost my aunt the same day that I got that news. So my world was just crumbling. I was depressed. I ended up lucking up though and got an opportunity, thanks to a friend, to tell me about coming back to the job that I'm currently at. When all was going good, and then that one fall, I was just like, bro, I'm not seeing the point of any of this right now. Like, I'm mad. I lost my family. My great grandmother was still alive, and she was sad, and like, I was just worried about her in that moment. I was alone. I was by myself. I ain't had nobody to talk to. I was going through a lot of stuff. Sadly, that 2019, I ended up losing my grandma on Thanksgiving. Probably a week or so later, I found out I was pregnant with my son. It was such a up in the air feeling. I was so excited and I was happy. But the thought of my great grandma or my aunt not getting to meet my son was definitely up there. And then COVID. Losing both of them already in the year before, I was scared to go outside. Thinking about it now, that whole journey carried me through. I was blessed. Pregnancy, beautiful. Stay at home, beautiful. Okay. His daddy even got to stay at home. Beautiful. And got paid for it. It was beautiful. Shout out to that job. Like, hello? I ended up leaving my job again in 2021 because I was just dealing with so much. I ain't even gonna sit here in front with you. I wanted to end it. I called my mama. I said, bye. Like, for real. Like, I'm laughing, but I'm dead ass. Like, I was going through it. Just seeing her come through for me and sit there with me and hold me made me feel like, okay, obviously I'm not alone. That opened me up to want to even go to therapy, and I took therapy for a good year. It was good. I enjoyed it. And even after jumping off the wagon at my at my job, I got to experience other jobs too. And again, God carried me through those. Like, and I heard a lot of negativity while I was going through it. Like, oh, you can't stay stable, and you just don't care about your life. And I'm just like, I'm literally just living my life. Praise God that I got, Uber to carry me through, so I got money in my pocket, because anytime certain circumstances came, I had to hop in this car and get the grinding, okay? After talking to my therapist and getting into that, I also realized that I need to be a better me while getting it and being his mother. I can't be going to him stressed out and all this other stuff, because then that's rebuilding trauma that I'm trying to yank out of me already. I met this therapist when I was about to walk out the door at the job I was at. It was a great job, but they was enforcing stuff on me that I wasn't sure if I was ready to do, because it was new, you know what I'm saying? It put me in another position, like, where is my life going? That night, I met my therapist, sat there and thought and prayed to God, like, what is it that you want me to do? Where am I going? I'm about to hear people's mouths. They about to be talking that mess. I don't want to hear it. Taylor, you should just be following in the trend and stop being different. But then guess what happened, y'all? I got a letter that night to do jury duty. And guess what else happened after that? I got it. And guess what happened after that? I was getting paid every day while being in court, stacking up bread. Didn't have to do it, because I had to do jury duty, pause, and then come back and do jury duty. Yeah, they got me on that pause. They like, not again. You out. Getting that bread also helped me carry through till I got to that next position and next job. And I was making bread at that job too. But I will sit here and admit, that next job, I was getting a little greedy, because it was like an at-home job. I know this is dangerous, y'all, but I was out here Ubering and working the at-home job. I was doing it for a little minute though. But through all those bumps and those setbacks, I ended up right back where I started. But this time, I came back with less pay and less hours. So I had to make it work. And I was salty, because like I told you, at that at-home job, I was making bread. And I'm just like, I'm back here. I got to deal with everybody and their mama talking about, oh, you back. But I still had to ignore all of that mess and focus on what I was really there for. Everybody don't have the same conversation me and God have. I let everybody get in my ear, and he tells me, like, you got to stop doing that. Stop letting everybody overtake what I'm trying to tell you. We going over here. Come on. The section over here. You trying to stay on the dance floor and then the nosebleed where everybody else. I'm taking you to VIP, bro. And it's just like, I don't got no ticket. You don't need no ticket like they need a ticket. You can come on with me. Like, that's what he's telling me. Yeah, they gonna say something about how she get that ticket, because you VIP, let's go. I'm not saying in the positions that I'm playing that I'm VIP, but obviously I'm blessed. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm blessed. Because when everybody was telling me, oh, no, you ain't, and you will not, and you will, something said yes. And I went from having that low pay to being paid more than I was at those other jobs. And it surprises me every time I look. Like I was complaining about that at one point. Me coming back and doing this. It took so much bravery and so much vulnerability. Because people like to tell me, like, oh, you think you so smart and you think you know what you be talking about. Or even to the point where they try to put me down and tell me, like, what do you even be talking about? I mean, maybe it's not for you. But maybe it's somebody that needs to hear this, or maybe even been in my shoes to know that, hey, I don't know where right now I'm going, but there's a purpose at this place that I was brought back at. And it's going to be, once I get out that door for real, it's going to be outside that door. We've been saying this through this whole monthly lesson. There's a purpose for everything, okay? There was a purpose why I wasn't there for those moments. It was a purpose why I had to be at that job. It was a purpose why I had to be in that courtroom. It was a purpose of why I had to be in that call center. It's a purpose why I'm right back where I'm at. I may not be the richest person and I don't need that material stuff, but I'm all right. My baby good. He blessed. My baby is blessed, okay? I'm blessed, okay? Highly favored. Okay? Like God told me, I got that ticket. I got that ticket. You coming or not? God was showing me something. When I was in that courtroom, I didn't make no decisions. I was there to have the background talk, but I wasn't the one in the meeting arguing with people, doing all these things. But I had to be there, especially towards the end. I had to be in that call center job. I had to be there. I don't know my true purpose, but I had to be there. I met two great friends. That one particular friend introduced me even more to God, okay? To the point where we sitting here, we having full-blown conversations like them. Is the only two women I know, especially that one, that I could go to her and truly talk about God. I went from that person that needed somebody on their side to the person where God got me into something where I could talk about him and feel safe and talk about things, and they feed it into me. They making me feel beautiful. They making me feel worthy. They making me feel like I am able to talk about God. God loves me and he be looking out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I needed that. Like, ooh, I forgot about this. I graduated Ohio Media School. Didn't even think I was going to pass. Just made it around tax season. They told me, Taylor, you can re-enroll right now and finish where you started. And I finished where I started and I graduated and got it. Hello? Do y'all hear me? Do y'all hear me? Because I can end it. Me sending this out, and whoever's watching this and feels some type of way and feels like, oh my God, I needed this, or it makes you think about something in your mind that you feel like you need to do. You're not crazy. You passionate. You're not crazy. You know, you got charisma. You got things going on for yourself. If you resonate with this, let me tell you something. Fuck your haters. Excuse my language, but yeah, some people be mad because they can't see what you see. And some people be mad because they don't want to move like they see you moving, because they know that they gonna get it from whoever, puppeteers their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to deal with that no more, because that was pretty much my 20s. Matter of fact, that was pretty much my life. Letting people puppeteer me, tell me what my life need to be looking like. When am I gonna realize, like, Taylor, you're not crazy, bro, for wanting to do what you feel like is best in your life. At the end of the day, this is yours. It's yours. Own it. Own that. Like, this is your life. Even for the people that still feel like a stick in the mud, it's your life as well. Live it before you can't. You're here for a reason. It's not to be a stick in the mud. It's not to crap on everybody else's dream and enthusiasm. Okay? Maybe that person is in front of you to show you that light exists and you got it. Now turn it on. Turn it on. And stop trying to turn off people around you. Realize where you at. Why have you been at that job for 60 years? Have faith. You know, it's scary to truly have faith. It's scary to put your faith in the unknown. It was a very vulnerable and insecure time for me. But that same mockery, that same talk down built me up to be stronger. I bet you I won't feel insecure about a tap on my shoulder again. Somebody telling me that they don't need me again. I've been there and I did it and I stood up to it. That was the purpose. No matter how many times you fail, you gonna be all right. Are you gonna let people just beat you down to the floor and say that you can't do it? Are you gonna let everybody talk you into your ear when you know I got the ticket in the back? Why aren't you coming? You gonna be all right. They don't understand, and that's okay. But I got you. So let's go.